Or, a lot of stuff. And you and me both really love Spider-Man.
Yes. Yep.
And
Right there. I'm wearing a Spider-Man shirt today.
and I've got the hat on where he's chasing Carnage and Venom. But and he's probably somewhere on this shirt too. I don't know, but oh no, I think this is just the villain shirt. But anyways, so Spider-Man: Homecoming just came out.
Yes, I saw it. Opening day. Well, the day before opening day. Because, even though it said, opening July 7th. Oh, but here's it in theaters on July 6th.
Thursday's the new opening days. I don't know why people...
Yeah, but it's still advertised. It's on Friday.
Because, I mean, they do... It's not like they do midnight. It's 7 o'clock.
No, yeah, and that's when I saw it. I saw it at 7 o'clock Thursday.
Yeah. We've had some pretty bad Spider-Man movies. If you really look back at it right now, they're all pretty bad. At the time, we may have thought different because I remember seeing the first Spider-Man just being like, oh my god, it's a Spider-Man movie. Oh my god, my god. And
Yes.
Being a little kid and, or I guess I was a teenager technically, but just, being young and not really being cynical, I guess.
Well, I thought the first Amazing Spider-Man movie was great. You had your issues with it, I know. I really liked it.
Yeah, the Tobey Maguire ones.
Yes, the Tobey Maguire ones are not. Even I have a coworker that I work with. He swears up and down those are the best Spider-Man movies. I
see people love the second one, and
the second one is good. I didn't
like the second one much. I thought most of it was like, man. So some parts even remember watching it in theaters back then and thinking, man, this train chase scene, this is really long.
I loved the train chase scene.
I don't know.
I liked the second one. I did. I thought that one was a good one.
Yeah. The only good casting was J.K. Simmons.
Yes.
That was really the only good casting in that movie, I think.
Yeah, Tobey Maguire was not the right choice.
He was 27, playing a high school kid.
That doesn't matter. That is.
I've looked it up. Matter. He was 27 when it came out.
He was not funny.
Yeah, definitely not funny.
He was not quippy. He was not... And every time he tried to do a quip, calling the Green Goblin Gobby, it sounded forced. It sounded forced, and it was just...
Yeah. Oh, William Dafoe. That was a good casting.
William Dafoe was, yeah. But then again, William Dafoe is
because he looked like a goblin. I mean...
he already had the goblin look to him. You're right, yeah.
Exactly. So... but yeah, and it's all been Sony. Getting into Homecoming, I was legitimately scared for a minute. I was questioning myself or my knowledge of this movie because I was like, okay, it's Marvel Studios, that's great, and then the opening thing is Sony, Columbia, a Sony company, and then I'm like,
oh yeah,
where's the Marvel Studios?
This was still a Sony movie completely. It was just
where's the Marvel Studios and it came a little bit later. And then I was like, okay, thank God.
Did
There's the
you
Marvel
hear the
Studios.
music while it was playing
I
the
did.
Marvel theme?
The 60s theme.
Yeah, it was. It's like, that's
That was
awesome.
really awesome. I hope they stick with that. That should be the movie theme. Like that should. That was really nice touch. And it was well done too. It wasn't like, it wasn't campy like the
No,
60s
yeah,
is.
no, yeah. It was great because it was kind of it was kind of like if you weren't listening for it, you would probably have missed it. Kind of a thing.
I
Like it
totally was
was
like,
kind of
"Oh my
low
God."
and slow. Yeah, it totally worked.
Yeah, and of course you were singing in your head, you know.
Yeah.
You're singing along in your head. That's what I was doing. Um, this movie hit the ground running,
Yes.
and it never stopped.
Trying to think of the beginning of the movie now, because I saw it last week. You saw it yesterday, so it's a little bit more fresher in your mind.
The beginning was the blog or vlog.
Right. Yes.
Yeah,
That was great. I
that was
loved that.
amazing because it showed, hey, he's a kid, and it also you also got references to Civil War, Captain America
Yeah, well,
Civil War.
scenes, quote, scenes from Civil War.
They
So,
I've seen people line them up, and they line up pretty spot on. Like they've had the Spider-Man Homecoming, and then in the little corner up top they'll have the Captain America Civil War view of it,
uh-huh.
and it lines up pretty spot on. So
Good.
that's impressive. And don't get me wrong. Don't get it wrong at all. This is Marvel Studios. They had a big part of this
Yes, they did.
because that was part of the thing. They were like, you can pretty much take the money. We just want to be able to use the character, and we want to make sure the characters, we want to make sure the character's done right. And you could definitely tell this was. I've said this before. The very first trailer they put out, I heard someone mention this, and it just seems like it, that the very first trailer felt like a Sony cut trailer.
You said that at the time. I remember you said that. I
Because they gave
I
away
honestly,
a lot of stuff.
well, yes, yeah, but
And
that's
then you
not
saw the
that's
Guardians
every
trailer shortly.
though.
But you
That's
see the
almost every
Guardians trailer. You see the Guardians trailer shortly after that I think that released, and it was night and day different. Or, was it the Guardians or was it the Thor trailer? Maybe that was the Thor trailer. The Thor Ragnarok
I
trailer.
think the Thor trailer kind of gives away a lot of the story.
I mean, I don't, but that's another discussion. But what was your favorite parts of the movie?
Uh God, I gotta think.
I could tell you my favorite character of the movie,
Okay,
Karen.
Karen. Yeah, okay.
I love
Karen
Karen.
was great.
I
Yeah,
hope
that
she
was
comes
good.
back in the second one, because Karen represents the thought bubbles and his internal monologue, as in the comics. Because they can that's the best way they can translate that from the comics to, you know, the big
Well,
screen
they could have had an internal monologue.
without doing
Kind
the
of
90s
echoey
animated.
voice.
Well, without doing the 90s animated him talking to the gargoyles on the rooftop, where in the animated series he'd always go to that roof, or that
Yeah,
he'd always go and talk to the gargoyle. But yeah,
I
I
remember that.
loved Karen.
Karen was
I
good.
I thought it was great. Instant death mode, or
In insta kill mode. I was like,
yeah,
no,
instant kill
stop.
mode. Oh, I
No
loved how
insta.
the eyes changed when that happened.
Oh well, yeah. Well, there was you just reminded me of the scene where I think it's even in one of the trailers where he comes crashing into the little girl's slumber party, and when the eye just flickers and freaks him out.
Oh yeah, so that was great. it this movie had a real 80s high school movie feel to it, which is John Hughes type movie.
Okay. Well, I mean, they even had Ferris Bueller in the movie.
Exactly.
I mean,
They had a clip of the movie playing in the background while they were referencing the
while
movie.
he's doing that thing, yeah.
Yes. So that was like so meta right there. So you still need
Um,
time thinking? Or
I think most of the movie was my favorite scene.
it it was really good. Like I said, it hit spot on at the beginning, and it there was really not that much of a slow pace. I mean, there I can't think of a real slow moment in the movie.
No, there really was. There could have been some slow scenes. Like he could have done the academic decathlon or whatever. He could have done that, but no, he chose to skip it and do some action instead. And then
Yeah,
try to kill them all.
and then the homecoming, that could have been a real slow grind of a moment, awkward
Yeah,
him, but
that
then he
too.
was just like, I can't do this. I gotta go.
Okay,
I gotta
I
go be
just thought
Spider-Man.
my favorite scene has probably got to be the Washington Monument part.
Oh yeah.
You know, him climbing up. You know, it taking forever, and then the police almost shooting him, and he uses the police helicopter to jump in,
Yeah.
and Karen's like, "Tell her how you feel."
Yeah. And you have him upside down, so it kind of you're kind of like, don't tell me they're gonna do the Spider-Man upside down kiss thing,
No.
and they didn't. That was good. But the helicopter thing reminds me of something, because what is it? I think that Marvel, they've referenced, oh, what if whenever you see him swinging and he doesn't, you're like, there's no buildings around, it's probably a helicopter he's, you know somewhere
Oh.
he's
Uh huh.
attaching. When he left what was it? When he left the party, you see him trying to
To swing
swing,
and then
and he's
fall
not,
flat on his face.
because there's nothing there. I loved that, because that not only references, the comic book thing, but that also references the games where you're like, really, you're just swinging and you're not really hitting anything. You're just swinging. I think someone even made a joke about that during E3 when we were watching
It was
the
Scar.
Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that moment, I was just like, yes, that is awesome. Like this movie is probably good for the casual fan, but it has a lot of things for like the hardcore fans.
It had a lot of Marvel and specifically Spider-Man characters that were kind of like, if you didn't know who this person was, you just thought they threw him in the movie.
Exactly, like the interrogation scene.
Oh yes,
Yes, with
yeah.
the Prowler, aka Miles, the other Spider-Man's
Miles Morales' uncle.
Morales' uncle. Yeah.
Yeah, and it actually took me going to IMDb to look up that character's name, because I'm like, that's Donald Glover, and yet he's there's no name given, like just like
It came out that he was, or I heard this like weeks before, that he was going to be Miles's uncle, and all this and that. But the one thing I noticed was when Karen looked up the records, you saw like, I saw, it said Prowler, like, alias Prowler. It, I think it said alias Prowler. It's some other
it
name, but it said
might have
Prowler
it
on
might
it.
have
It definitely said
and
Prowler though.
he mentions like, oh, I've got a nephew, so
Exactly. This Spider-Man, there's not a lot of quips yet because he's still young, but there's some funny moments like that interrogation scene. Not necessarily the no, I'm not a girl, I'm a boy, or I mean a man type thing, with the funny voice, but like when he's like, oh yeah, that'll that'll dissolve in 2 hours. And he's like, what? I've got ice cream. And the dude's like, you
You're a
deserve it.
bad
You're a
guy.
bad guy.
You're a bad guy. Bye.
I loved that. That was just like that was I think that was like the beginning of the Spider-Man humor. That's an example of like the beginning of what we could see from maybe Spider-Man 2. Some people are talking about it being called graduation.
Okay.
But yeah, whatever it's gonna be.
Some other characters that people who didn't know Spider-Man would probably have missed was Liz, the love interest in this movie.
Oh my God!
In the comics, she was Liz Allen. In this one, she's apparently Liz Toon. But
well, some people are saying she's Liz Allen on her mom's side.
That could be.
Yeah.
Now that they've probably
But that was his first crush. That was his first love interest. Was Liz Allen. A lot of people are like Gwen Stacy. A lot of people think, oh, Gwen Stacy, and they think, oh yeah, I'm a big Spider-Man fan. I know Gwen Stacy was before Mary Jane, but it's like, there's another.
There was also Betty Brant.
Yeah.
And she was also in this movie.
Oh, she was the reporter, or not the
school. Well, she was the school's news person. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what those little news report things, they were kind of weird, but they kind of worked, but it still felt very weird.
They reminded me exactly of my high school when they did those. That's how those were. Yeah. I was like, that's, yeah. That's not really knowing how to do this kind of a thing, but, that it was perfect, because that's exactly how mine were.
It just felt high school awkward. Which is what you want, because it's set in high school.
Mm-hmm.
But speaking of the characters in that realm, what'd you think of what's his best friend's name?
Ned.
Was it Ned? Yeah.
Yeah. Ned. Ned was basically based off Miles Morales' best friend, Genki.
Okay.
That's exactly.
Heard that.
Yeah, that's exactly who he was in the show. Which I was, I thought he was cool.
Yeah, it was nice to see him being able to confide, Spider-Man being able to confide in someone who's not a love interest.
Yeah.
And then someone who's also in that same vein, when he has to leave, to do his Spider-Man thing, he doesn't get, crapped on by, he doesn't get yelled at, because, Ned's like, he legitimately understands, hey, yeah, you're Spider-Man,
And Ned's the man in the chair.
The man in the chair. Oh my God. That was...
What are you doing in here? Looking at porn.
Oh my God, man. I was like, he's going to say that, isn't he? And then he says it, and I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe they actually said that.
Yeah, that was... I loved that.
It was interesting how Ned was the one who hacked into the suit and Peter didn't. I found that kind of weird.
Yeah, a little bit.
Because Peter's, they're not. It's not like they're making him out to be stupid, because he's makes his own web fluid.
Right, and he was doing that in chemistry class.
Exactly, and they've he's on the academic team, and they said he was in the robotics club, right? He quit that in band.
And he also gives fat people a good Spider-Man cosplay.
Oh yeah. All you have to do is wear the mask.
Yep.
And just go badass.
Finally. Finally.
So yeah, that I found that kind of interesting. The fact he's got someone who knows his secret, who understands, because A lot of the times, Mary Jane or whoever will get mad at Peter because he has to leave to be Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And that always bugged me because it's like he's Spider-Man. He has to, he's got to go rescue this person or go do this or go do that.
Huh. I'm looking at the cast right now and going back to Karen. That was voiced by Jennifer
Jennifer
Connelly.
Connelly, yeah,
Huh.
from what is it, Princess Bride, and she was in the original Hulk movie, I think.
Not Princess Bride. You're thinking of Labyrinth.
Labyrinth, that's what I'm thinking. Yeah, Labyrinth. I don't know why I get those two mixed up sometimes.
Totally different
But
movies.
yeah. But Labyrinth and I think the first Hulk movie I've heard, I've,
Yes.
I've never I've never seen that movie and I never want to. So, yeah. I just have to take, IMDb or in people's words that she was from that first Hulk movie because
Yeah, she was.
that movie looks bad. What you think of Flash?
Um, I kind of wish they would have played up more his Spider-Man fanboyism that he has in the comics. But I thought he was, um, you know, a good bully.
They made him kind of a nerd, though.
I was kind of confused on why he was on the academic decathlon.
Apparently, that
Like
was a special private
the
school, though, right?
yeah, I think so because of the way they kind of made it out.
Yeah, so I've heard some people say maybe he was just there because his parents were rich and bought his way.
Like the only reason he was on that team was so he could rub it in Peter Parker's face when he took his place. That was the only reason in the story he was on that.
Well, that and so he could, when they were in the elevator, he worried about the trophy more than anything,
Yeah.
which was kind of weird. I think they could have. I think they could have. I think they could have gone other ways to, you know, bring out the Flash's character.
Yeah, him being the DJ at the party was fine. And if you watch the credits during that song, the DJ Flash song, it said performed by Eugene Thompson. I thought that was kind of funny because that's
Yeah,
Flash's name, Eugene Thompson.
yeah, that's pretty good. Trying to think. Apparently, all those other characters, in the on the team and stuff, they were like characters that were named, actual characters in Spider-Man's history, but not, you know, a little too, a little too geeky for us, even I think.
Let's see. Yeah, Cindy, Sally, Charles, Seymour. Not a clue.
But apparently, they've been in
Cindy could have been Cindy Moon, but I doubt that one.
yeah.
I doubt that one.
But I've
Just
seen some people talk about it, and I'm like, oh, okay, that's kind of cool, but that really doesn't do anything for me. Like, they're just random characters. What'd you think of the of Tony Stark and Happy Hogan, their
you
roles
know,
in this movie?
the fact that they kind of brushed him off because he was a kid. Like, oh no, we got this kind of a thing, and just not really listen to him. I mean, it's definitely more of like, oh, adults don't listen to kids because kids don't know anything, and oh look, it's turning the script on them. Oh no. Um. Yeah, that's.
I heard some. Okay, go ahead.
Go ahead, finish.
I was about to say, I heard someone mention that they feel like the happy interaction is what Coulson's interaction would have been. Like they wish that they kind of wish that it would have been Coulson interacting with Spider-Man
Yes,
versus
I do also wish that it was Coulson talking to Spider-Man, but I feel like Coulson would have listened though.
that's the thing, yeah. Coulson for the most part would have, yeah. But it was definitely humorous. It was great to see, Tony Stark using the R. See, that's another thing a complaint I've heard from some people, which I kind of agree. They 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 showed in the trailer that would have been a much more impactful scene. We didn't know it was an impactful scene at the time, but when you first see him and he's controlling the armor from, India or wherever,
Mm-hmm.
and he's not in the armor, and then after the after the ferry incident, he's like, well, "You're not even. Don't grill me. You're not even there." And then you see him pop out of the armor. That would have probably been more of an impactful moment if we didn't see that scene in the trailer.
Yeah.
I mean, the complaints I have are so nitpicky, really.
I've got one complaint, one
Okay,
major complaint,
go ahead.
and you probably saw when I mentioned I had a problem with a character in this movie. You kind of thought you knew who it was. Michelle, aka MJ.
That's not Mary Jane.
Well, you're right, because her name's fucking Michelle.
It's Michelle Jones. And Kevin Feige has come out and said that's not, that that's
Thank
not Mary Jane
fucking
Watson.
God.
That's not Mary Jane Watson or anything like
Thank
that. Yeah.
God.
I mean, she was a good character, but she's
my
not
sister.
MJ.
I my sister almost acts just like her, except for the whole, you know, darkness thing that Michelle had. That's not my sister, but the whole like, hey, that's exactly my sister.
Gotcha.
So,
Yeah. Yeah, when they said MJ, I'm like, no, this can't be. No.
I was like,
no, please, no.
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 I thank you for confirming that was not supposed to be Mary Jane Watson.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. It's that Kevin Feige has come out and said that. So, hopefully, yeah, that's good. Because I mean, I'm sorry, Mary Jane is, she's an iconic character.
Right, and you can't like that was such the polar opposite of the Mary Jane character.
She's a confident, sassy redhead.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
Yes.
Redhead
she's also
iconic with Mary Jane Watson. I'm
yes,
sorry, people.
You're
but
right.
That's
and she could have dyed her hair in the next movie. I'm just saying.
That would have been kind of weird, though.
But MJ is the type of person who can fit into any clique. Like that's her character. She can fit in anywhere. She
Exactly.
can hang out with the popular crowd. She can hang out with the geeky crowd. That was her.
Exactly. So I hope we get that. I hope we get a true Mary Jane character because
Yes,
I've said it before. Was Kirsten Dunst? She was no Mary Jane. Like she was too. I don't know. She just was not sassy and confident enough to be Mary Jane. In my opinion.
I'm trying to think on who could be Mary Jane in this universe. Because I feel like what we were saying with the Amazing Spider-Man movies doesn't fit. Because Emma Stone's too old.
God, they just ruined Emma Stone. Like she was all right as Gwen Stacy, I guess. I don't know though. I mean,
I felt she was great in that.
I mean, if they
The interaction between her and um,
Andrew Garfield.
Andrew Garfield was great because it was real, because they actually were a couple while they were shooting those two movies.
Did you hear Have you heard the rumors of this Spider of Tom Holland and Zendaya? They're supposedly rumored to be dating now.
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I saw that like on my Google Now feed like immediately after I went to see Spider-Man. So Google was like, "Oh, you saw Spider-Man? Okay, here's some news about Spider-Man." I'm like, "Okay." So yeah, that's a thing, and that kind of worried me too about her being MJ, you know. But the Kevin Feige thing. But yeah, I don't know who would be a good MJ. Do you know Tom Holland's 21?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's crazy.
makes you feel old, doesn't it?
He's supposed to be playing a 15-year-old though.
You have this age thing that I don't have, and it
But
confuses me because I'm okay with that. Because
I mean,
he where Tobey Maguire didn't fucking look, or anybody in that high school didn't, they looked in their 30s and 40s.
yeah.
At least this one they looked teenagers.
Like what was it, Tokyo Drift? They had the kid who was on Home Improvement playing a high school kid, and you're like, he's 35. Why is he trying to? You've seen Tokyo Drift, right?
Oh, of course. That's
Yeah.
the best. That's
And
the best.
that's the
Fast and Furious
beginning.
movie.
That's the beginning where it's the dude from Home Alone, and he's playing they're racing, and he's a high school kid, and you're like, that dude's 35. He is not a high school kid.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm just saying he's 21, so you could theoretically say, okay, Spider-Man 2, he's now in college, you know,
Sure. Yeah.
or whatever, and have more, have maybe a 20 something year old Mary Jane, or 20 something year old actress play Mary Jane. That's what I'm saying. Is it's not like he's actually 15. Where and 21, that's fine. He was, what, 20 when he was filming it, probably. So that's not a huge thing. Like I said, it's not like Tobey Maguire where he was 27.
People
He was
who are
27.
actually people who are actually 15 are not like TV universes. They subtract about 5 to 10 years to play, for an age.
Yeah, it was believable here, but like I'm not. I'm saying the issues I have is like Tobey Maguire. You could clearly tell he was, and when I looked up and I'm like, he's 27 pretending to play a high school kid. Like, that's totally ridiculous.
Well,
I think Andrew Garfield was around the same age.
Look back at like the 90s. Beverly Hills was famous for oh, Luke Perry's like 40 and he's playing a high schooler.
I never watched that show.
I never did either, but that's all I hear is like the actors were so old. They could have kids that were in college, and they were playing high schoolers.
Yeah, Andrew Garfield was 27 too when Spider-Man came out. Amazing Spider-Man. So yeah, that's kind of weird how the first two actors were the same age when Spider-Man came out. Anyways, I like Tom Holland. I really do. There's a lot of moments where I'm like, he's a good Peter Parker. When he was just being, Peter Parker, I'm like, that's a good Peter Parker. And he's good as Spider-Man.
He's still trying to figure out the balance between being Spider-Man and being Peter.
What'd you think of No Spider Sense? or at least they didn't show it
They
off.
didn't show it, but he obviously had it. I was okay with it.
To be honest, I didn't really notice it that much. There was so much going on in the movie, and I was laughing and enjoying it so
There was
much.
one scene where it's very very obvious his spider sense, told him about danger, and that was when the vulture caught in his wings.
Yeah,
It was very obviously, the spider sense went off and he dodged it, but
But yeah, like I said, I wasn't really like it. I didn't go into it thinking, "Oh my God, this is horrible. This is gonna be crap," or anything like that,
did
or
Amazing Spider-Man
looking
show
for
spider sense
faults.
either?
I think so, didn't it?
I don't know.
I haven't seen that in a while.
I know the very first Tobey Maguire one did, but I don't think it did in 2 or 3.
Yeah, the Tobey Maguire one. That's like, there's no way he should ever get hit by anything if, because looking at that, when they first show off the spider sense, it's like that's too overpowered right there. you know. But like that's almost Flash style stuff, where he's looking at the dude punching him and
Yeah.
it's slow like that was ridiculous. But no spider sense. What else? I really liked that they really showed he was a he was a local. He was a down to earth kid. He'd get out of school, he'd go to the one place where to get the sandwich, and you even saw he had to kind of with Miles's uncle. You even saw he had a kind of an argument with him about where to get the best sandwich or whatever, and that stuff like that. And that's what Spider-Man is. He's he's a down to earth street level hero who finds himself in these.
He kind of showed that in Civil War too. I mean, when he talked to Captain about him being from Queens and Captain being from Brooklyn.
Yeah. So I really like that because that's a lot of people want to see Spider-Man do this and do that and be in everything, but it's like the good thing about Spider-Man is he is a street level hero, but he gets himself a lot of times in these major Avengers like situations.
Right, and
he has to.
During the movie, I didn't quite like that he was trying to go to the big leagues instead of trying to stay.
Well, that's Spider-Man. He's always been trying to be an Avenger.
Right, but and right when at the end of the movie, he turned him down, and I was like, okay, he's finally going to accept he's street level, and he should be that way until something happens, and he's
until Infinity War, where he's in both movies, and he's definitely going to be wearing that Iron Spider outfit that we saw teased at the end.
Yes.
There's no doubts about it. He's gonna wear that in Infinity War, right?
Probably, most likely, yeah.
So that's gonna be pretty cool.
Now, what I really liked, was the amount of villains that were in the movie. Most people didn't even catch that there were that many villains in the movie. Because you had Vulture, you had Shocker.
2 Shockers.
You had the Tinkerer.
The Tinkerer. Not a lot of people picked up on that.
You had Mac Gargan, aka Scorpion, and you had the first Shocker was Montana. So there were quite a number of villains in this movie, but they weren't played up like, oh, we are the big baddie like they did in 3. Like where you had like 3 big bads. Like no, you had a bunch of named henchmen.
And they didn't like try to beat you over the head like, oh, you're always over there tinkering. They didn't do stuff like that. Like I said, for casual fans of these movies, they could go enjoy it. But for us, there's those things where we're like, that's the Tinkerer. He's building all these weapons for supervillains. And let's go into the Vulture. I loved how he was how they like the very first thing you see of him, he is Vulture like, where he's picking up scraps and parts
Mm-hmm.
and the carcass from the Battle of New York. Which, when did that take place? Because I mean, it
Well,
couldn't
that
have
was after
taken.
that was the first Avenger movie.
But the Avenger movie came out in 2012, and it's set 8 years later. So did the incident happen before 2012, or is this movie taking place in 2020? That's the thing.
You might be thinking too hard.
I've seen a lot of people bring this up because it does say 8 years later.
It could just be 8 years later, 8 years after the Avengers. That's just
Which
whenever the Avengers took place. This is 8 years later.
That's the thing. When did that when did that incident? But anyways, that's kind of a thing that I'm kind of like a nitpick thing that I'm kind of a little upset about, because they've done all this great stuff, making sure everything fits so well, and they even retconned Peter Parker that he was in was it Spider-Man 2, or
Iron
not
Man
Spider-Man
2.
2, Iron Man 2 as the little kid.
Well, kind of a retcon, yeah. I mean,
Yeah, so
I watched the interview where it was revealed, and it was like it was on the red carpet kind of a thing, and Tom Holland was like, "I was just told that Peter Parker was in Iron Man 2." How awesome is that?
okay, yeah. But yeah, we're going back to the Vulture. He's picking up scraps, and like as a Vulture would.
Mm-hmm.
I love that comparison right at the beginning. I loved, man, damage. We got damage control.
Damage control, yeah.
I was like fist pumping the air when just because that I was like, yes, that's so geeky that they actually did something like, because DC, they would not do stuff like that. I
No.
don't think. That's the thing that sucks, is they would, I don't think they would think about referencing certain things like that. It would just be some generic cleanup crew or some generic government thing.
Well, I mean, I think DC actually has a generic cleanup. I don't think they have a damage control.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like,
But
if
yeah,
they did,
I get what you mean. I get what you mean.
But the fact that they did, hey, it's damage control, and they mentioned it a bunch of times.
Yeah.
To the fact he was in a damage control facility.
Yeah.
This is the most secure building in the Eastern Coast or whatever.
Which I'm unsure whether he actually hacked his way out of that vault or just opened.
I
still don't know.
I think that's the brilliant part of that, is you don't know.
I don't know if he hacked himself out or just opened up because it was daytime.
I love he had like he had a Texas Instruments calculator he was using. I loved that. That was it's like, because he would have that in his backpack.
Oh yeah.
So it was great.
I did too when I was his age.
Exactly. I had the TI-84 exactly. But the Vulture was well done. I'm glad they didn't. I'm kind of glad, and I'm kind of. I mean, it wouldn't have fit with the overall the way the movie went to make him an energy vampire.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that aspect of the Vulture.
Old man looking for like the answer of youth kind of a thing. Yeah.
I love that aspect of the Vulture, but it just does not fit in this movie.
No.
It just does not fit at all. And man, Michael Keaton did an amazing job. He was such a good villain.
Well, he's already played Birdman once, so.
Yeah. But he was so evil though. Like
Oh yeah, like he brought a gun out on a teenager. I mean, seriously.
And just that moment where he's getting ready for the homecoming and all that, and you're going up to the door and the music's getting all intense, and I thought they were gonna maybe do they were gonna steal the Mary Jane thing for Liz and say, she answers the door and you hit the jackpot bit.
Oh.
But no, you find out the Vulture, Adrian Toomes, is the father.
Oh shit!
I did not see that coming at all. I will admit that straight up. That was
no, and even if you look at IMDb, it doesn't even tell you on IMDb, which is great.
Because all she's referred to is Liz.
Liz, yeah,
that's it. Which we know it's Liz Allen, but yeah. But that was a total shocking moment, and the whole time, that whole scene, he's just stunned, just like I was just stunned that whole time. And that's what you would be. That's what a 15-year-old. I mean, he finds out the girl he's been crushing on and he's been liking, her dad is the villain that he's been, who's nearly killed him.
Yeah.
That would be horrifying, and Tom Holland did a great job expressing that fear. That I think is a really good scene right there. That he doesn't do a lot, but just the fear you can see in him says it all. Let's see what else. There's other stuff I know.
The Captain America bits made me laugh.
Oh God, I loved that. It was so great to the all the way to the and your gym teacher, and he's on the other side of
points
him.
The wrong way.
Oh. And the gym teacher's all like grinning and stuff and just happy, and he's just oblivious to the fact that it's pointing the other way. That was great. The detention scene where he's like, I don't know why we're doing this. He's supposed to be a war criminal or something.
Yeah.
That was pretty great.
Wasn't it the same guy though? Pretty sure it was.
Yeah. But just the fact that he just didn't care that Peter was leaving. He was just like, oh wait, don't go. Oh well, who cares? That was pretty funny. The going back to the MJ, her drawing was pretty hilarious.
Yeah.
Like I said, she was a good character, but don't try to tell me she's Mary Jane, or she's supposed to, be a MJ type character. No, don't give me that. She's not MJ. But let's see. Man, that plane scene, that was intense.
That was good.
That was really intense. That was one of the moments where you're like, Spider-Man's kind of over his head right now.
I almost wished that he would have done the web parachute.
That's why when a parachute came out of his suit, I'm like, oh come on, we're not gonna get the web parachute, are we? Like, I want that.
And then Karen even mentions you haven't reinstalled the parachute. It's like, are we gonna get the web one this time?
I was hoping that too. Yeah, I had that moment too. It's like with Arrow, the boxing glove. You want to see the web parachute. I did like some of the like the spider grenade and stuff like that. I thought that was kind of well done. You didn't get that much it really didn't click when you saw it in the trailer where he just, shot at the car and then it's, it was just like, oh, that's kind of weird. That's kind of cool, I guess. But, after having the Karen scenes where he's, going through and they're like, oh, there's 500 different combinations of of the web stuff, and seeing all the different ones pop out, that he's just like, no, what the heck is taser webs?
Yeah.
Which man, I loved Karen. I thought that was well done. That was really well done. I hope Karen comes back in the second one
I do too.
with the suit. I hope Tony didn't like take the AI out of the suit.
I doubt he did.
Which, man, that suit. Let's talk about that suit. That suit has a lot to it.
That was one hell of a suit.
And it makes sense. Tony Stark would definitely, put everything he can in the suit to show that he's so superior and smart and intelligent.
Yeah.
And I love the training wheels protocol.
We got spider trackers.
We did.
That was awesome.
And that was before he unlocked the suit?
Yes, because that was at the high school.
Yeah.
Because he first tracked.
Because he tracked
Shocker.
them to Maryland, where he
Yes.
then they unlocked the suit in the hotel room. Yeah. So yeah, that was pretty cool. I loved how he was shocked of the little spider drone that, we see that in the trailer too. The little spider drone comes off his suit or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I loved how he was shocked. He was like, "Has that been there the whole time?" Oh man, this definitely, like I said, there was really not that many slow moments for me.
Yeah.
I
I'm trying to think. It was not a slow movie.
it was paced like perfectly, I thought. The and like there wasn't as much humor, but he's still a kid.
I don't think I think there could have been some more interaction with him and other people besides Ned as Peter Parker, because we got barely any of that.
That's true, yeah. We did. We got a lot of what did you think of the last final seconds?
Are you talking about the very end?
Before the credits.
Oh, before the credits. Great. I found it hilarious.
I was like, oh my god, they did that? Which I'm okay with her knowing.
I am too.
Because we've already gotten these other movies where, it's like right now, it's like, just give us the good parts of Spider-Man. I don't care anymore. I don't want to see, the long, I'm so glad we did not get an origin, even though, I still want to see the Uncle Ben done right. But
Yeah.
I'm
Still don't have a cast for Uncle Ben. Like, we don't know who he was. Like, what actor?
like the only bits of the origin they referenced was when Ned was talking, like, talking about it, and he's like, the spider's dead, Ned.
Yeah.
Like, that's like pretty much the only,
They've never even mentioned Uncle Ben.
he kind of did when he said that May's going through a rough time. They kind of referenced that, where she's been dealing with a lot. You would think that was referencing Uncle Ben dying, but yeah, they didn't really mention it. They kind of just, they just hit the ground running, like I've been saying, and they built off of Civil War. And I really appreciated that. It was fantastic. I don't want to see a long, slow, slow, boring. I think that's another reason why there wasn't slow paces in the movie, because we didn't have to spend half the movie of oh, he has to figure out how to do this web stuff. We got one scene of, him trying to figure out the suit, all the different combinations of webbing the suit has. And,
Mm-hmm.
that's, you know, look at the Tobey Maguire one. How long of a scene was it where he had to figure out how to, shoot the webs and swing and all this and that? We didn't have that. And I think, that's the movie was way better because we didn't have to see him learn all these things. But yet we saw him learning throughout the whole movie because,
Yeah.
learning, he was learning responsibility. He was learning to do the right thing. And, where, the vulture leaves him to die, in the rubble. And that rubble scene was great. That was great. That's straight ripped from the comics, by the way. Multiple times. The rubble scene.
Yes. Yeah. And matter of fact, it's right there on my phone case. That rebel
Oh,
scene.
nice. Nice. Uh, and then the reflection where you see half
Yeah,
the mask
the
on.
half mask, half spine. I was like, that's done well. That was done
I mean,
well.
this movie was really, really done well. Man, probably the biggest down the biggest complaint I have is when I was looking at the credits and I happened to look up and I saw Amy Pascal and I'm like, why'd I have to look up at the credits at that moment and see her? She's the Sony exec who was like trying to make Spider-Man horrible.
Oh, oh
She had
yes.
she had all those leaks, and the Korean hackers leaked all that Sony stuff. She was saying all the stuff she was saying, and she's trying to make the Venom movie part of the Marvel universe, and that they're going to be doing. And Kevin Feige's like, no, that's not going to be part of the Marvel universe. But it was really well done. It was it's the Spider-Man movie we all deserve and wanted.
Yes.
So, um,
Was I right about the very last ending credit scene? That was totally worth it.
it was pretty good. Oh my God, that was hilarious. Like that was almost some Deadpool shit right
That's
there.
exactly what I thought. I was like, that's almost a Deadpool ending there.
Like that was really good. That was hilarious.
Yeah, and of course now that's a meme. Patience.
Just like language.
Language. Yep, that's exactly what I thought too.
But it was great. I was really kind of shocked that Chris Evans shot stuff for Spider-Man
Yeah,
because there was no reports of that whatsoever. We thought Robert Downey Jr. was going to be the only one, to do anything. Only other Marvel star, and then we got Jon Favreau as Happy, and then
uh, the whole scene in the gym was in the, or not the whole scene, but them watching the video in the gym was in the trailers. So
was it? I don't remember that. Huh.
Yeah, because Ned was asking,
Oh yeah,
what's he like?
he stole the shit. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, okay. I guess it didn't really hit me that much though. I thought I don't know, but the fact that we got a couple of those and then we got the very end one, that was pretty great. The mid credit scene.
Mid credit scene. I'm trying to think.
Prison.
What it was. Prison. Yes,
That was interesting
that was.
because he's going to be back as a villain if they team up, if they have a Sinister Six. Right? But he's
Yeah.
protecting Peter Parker's identity. It was a made you think type of thing.
I definitely hope that Gargan is in the next one. I really do hope that the Scorpion shows up.
Not as the main villain, though, right?
I do. Yes, I want Scorpion to be the main villain.
Really, I've heard the two that people are really rooting for, chanting for are Mysterio or Kraven. People have been wanting Kraven for like ever.
I would also love to see them too.
I think Kraven could be a crazy villain.
Kraven could be awesome. Kraven could be really awesome, and you could really do some messed up stuff with Mysterio.
And you know who you get to play Kraven? Hugh Jackman. No.
No, you get the dude that played.
If Hugh Jackman wasn't Wolverine, I would say
Sabretooth. You get him.
I guess maybe, yeah.
What I was gonna say? Oh, yeah, Shocker's gauntlet. You noticed he only had one. That was actually taken from, I think his name's Crossbones from Civil War.
Yeah, it's just concussive gauntlets. Yeah, because they weren't really shocking. They were concussive blasts.
One of them was destroyed in the Civil War movie. That's why he only had one. And Spider-Man. It's like, that's great.
Yeah, that's the thing. We didn't really see shocking. We just saw concussive blasts.
Well, that's what Shocker isn't. He doesn't do electricity. He's, it's sound that he does. A lot of people think that, Shocker, he's, electricity villain. No, that's Electro. Shocker it's a concussive blast. That's what he does.
Yeah, we saw a tease of the suit, though.
Yeah, the whole quilted jacket.
Yellow, yeah. Like the sleeve. Yeah.
I thought
that was really nice. I like that. That was a nice touch. Hopefully teasing, he'll come, because he didn't get arrested, did he? We didn't see him get arrested.
No, I don't think we did. No.
Yeah, so he could still be out there.
Hope so.
Yeah, definitely. So trying to think if there's anything else we're missing. I think we covered it pretty well.
Yeah. No mention or any kind of, or nothing that I caught of the Daily Bugle.
That's true. Which I kind of like that, because if they can't get J.K. Simmons back, I don't think I really want to see it.
I don't. I also don't want to see anything in the Daily Bugle yet until they can get J.K. Simmons. But in Amazing Spider-Man, they at least showed the newspaper. I don't even think we got that this time.
I don't think we did, yeah. But yeah, this movie was a great Spider-Man movie. It was a great superhero movie. It had a lot of little things for fans, like super fans like us.
Mm-hmm.
But like we said, they didn't it was subtle things. They didn't make you think oh, that's something that if you're a casual fan, it wasn't stuff where you're like, oh, that's obviously some reference that I don't understand, which that's the wrong way to do things sometimes is, because there have been moments where I've talked to people and they're like, yeah, that I noticed this and this in the movie, and that's obviously something, right? What is that? They'll ask me, and that takes you out of the movie.
Egg sign over here. Yeah,
and that kind of takes you out of the movie, and I feel bad for those people because, they they don't get to that they feel like they're missing out on something because they don't understand they don't know that reference and they have to ask me later, what was
Yeah.
this reference about? So I think I think they just did a fantastic job. And apparently the sequel is supposed to pick up directly after Infinity War.
Cool.
So we'll see how that is. That's going to be interesting. Have you heard about what they're doing with Tom Holland?
The fact that they're not like showing him anything, and
They're
he
giving
doesn't
him
even,
his lines and that's it.
yeah.
That's just brilliant.
I mean, that's kind of what they did with Civil War too. Like he was acting with tennis balls because Tom Holland apparently cannot keep a secret.
Could you?
No,
That's
not.
my thing is I love that because I probably couldn't keep a secret or I couldn't keep all the secrets. Something would slip.
Yeah,
And that's awesome. I would want that too. I would want that to regardless because I wouldn't want the movie to be spoiled for me, even though I was in it.
even if you're in it, yeah.
Yeah. So I thought that was pretty brilliant that's a thing going on. I'm trying to think if I'm just trying to go through it in my head to make sure there's not anything. We're probably leaving stuff out, but
Sure, yeah.
we can only record for so long. But yeah, I would highly recommend Spider-Man: Homecoming. It fantastic. I can't wait to see like deleted scenes because I've heard there are scenes that weren't in the movie that were supposed to be.
Well, there was even there was a scene in the trailer that wasn't in the movie.
Yeah, that particular one too. Yeah, so I can't wait to see that or extend it. It wasn't that long of a movie too
No,
for
it
these
wasn't.
superhero movies. It was what 2 hours and 13 minutes.
Let's see what the runtime was.
I think it was 133 minutes. But normally these movies are like 2.5 hours long.
IMDb does not tell you.
IMDb, it doesn't tell you?
No, it doesn't.
That's weird. Thought it
Have to
does.
actually go to a movie site.
Let me look. Yeah, it does. 2 hours, 13 minutes.
Where does it say that at?
It's Spider-Man Homecoming 2017. Underneath that, PG-13.
Oh.
2 hours, 13 minutes.
Yeah, I see it now.
So yeah,
Totally missed it.
that's fairly short for I mean that's not short, but that's short for these superhero movies. Especially when they had so much packed into this. And I thought this movie was going to at least be 2.5 hours long because just the fact that they had Iron Man in it as much as they as much as he was.
Mm-hmm.
But it didn't feel long. Like I
No,
said,
it didn't.
it just flowed perfectly. So
It felt about the right length.
yeah, definitely. So highly recommend people check it out. I can't wait to see, the sequel or see actually more of him in Infinity War, which
Yeah.
that's next year, right? The first part or the first movie? 2018, yeah. I love how the first two in casting is Tom Holland and Karen Gillan. When you look at IMDb, it's like those two should not be the first. But yeah, it's gonna be fantastic. This it's definitely we definitely got a good Spider-Man, a good Peter Parker. We got a good Spider-Man movie, and I I can't wait to own this on Blu-ray. I'll say that. I'm
Same.
looking forward to it coming out. But I guess that's it. Um, we we just thought I wanted to talk about this so badly, and we would have talked about this anyways.
We would have talked about this before or after the show anyway. So
I figured why not just because there's really not a lot going on right now in tech and gaming.
Yeah, we can save some of the things that I found this week for next week.
Yeah, there's not a huge lot going on, so I thought, let's do a spoiler cast because we haven't done a spoiler cast in a while, and I love doing spoiler casts. I really do. I miss those. So, next Marvel movie we got is Thor Ragnarok.
Yeah,
which that looks pretty amazing.
looks awesome.
So,
despite the fact that they've got a weird casting.
What do you mean weird?
Jeff
Goldblum.
Goldblum, yeah.
Oh, I thought I thought that would be perfect for him as the what's his name? Not the collector, but the collector's brother. I'm drawing a blank. I can't think of what his character's name is.
Looking at IMDb.
Grandmaster. There we go. Yeah. I thought that was like perfect casting. It's definitely going to be interesting though. Stan Lee cameo. We forgot that.
It was a good one.
It was a pretty good one.
He had some lines. He had some good lines.
Stan Lee's cameo is like the one thing I look forward to every Marvel movie. It's the one the one constant, there's going to be a Stan Lee cameo. And I thought it was great in relative to what the scene was, where he thinks he's stopping a carjacker, and it turns out no, it's the dude's car.
Yeah,
and then
that's
everyone's
great.
yelling at him because the car alarm's going off, and the dude's stuck and can't. Yeah, so. But I guess with that, be sure to check out our website, thegeeksftw.com. There's links there to all we do. We stream. I've been streaming a lot of PUBG the last couple weeks because Player Unknown's Battleground, because I'm addicted to that game.
Yes,
that game is so fun. I can't wait till they add. I can't wait for some of the updates they add. Like they're gonna add a first-person server option.
That's this month's update. Yeah.
So that's gonna be crazy.
But
the
it's
new
only
maps
going to be for single player or for singles and duos.
or duos for now. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be crazy. But there's the links to all of our Twitch channels, our mixers, our other streaming sources, YouTube, Twitter. Stuart is at Casual Terror, and I am at Geeky William, and the main show is at the GeeksFTW. And I guess that's it. We'll see you next week.
Bye. Did you see that they cast Squirrel Girl?
I did, yeah.
I think it's a good fit.
Yeah, I think it's a not the best fit, but it's a good fit.
Boy, would you rather have Anna Kendrick?
Hell yeah. She seems like, it's just her personality would fit so well, I think.
But
she's too big time to do TV.
the videos that I've seen from of what's her of the girl who was cast. Yeah, she's funny.
Yeah, I've
She's
heard
good.
I've heard she's really good.
Yeah,
I've
she used
heard
to be
from a
on.
few sources.
She's been on College Humor multiple times. Um, there's an interview that she did with Bernie Burns, Rich Teeth. It's quite funny.
One thing I thought about of Spider-Man just now, uh, that we forgot to mention, um, what I thought it was kind of weird how his spider fluid is able to be this strong and do this and do that, and then the Vulture was just able to cut it.
That's normal.
Is it?
Yeah. There's been plenty of characters that's been able to cut
Like
Spider-Man's webs.
he did it with just a pocket knife though.
Did he do it with a pocket knife?
He did. Just a straight up knife, like like a knife. Just I thought that was kind of weird. Like not a huge complaint, but just it was a thing I noticed. Like they've made such a point that it's so strong and it won't dissolve for 2 hours, but he was able to just cut it. I guess it was just a thing they just had to do to keep the plot going.
Yeah.
But it was something I noticed. I was like, that's weird. That. Because he didn't have the suit on him. Oh, I forgot to mention, there's a lot of theories on who bought the Stark Avengers Tower.
Fisk.
Some people are saying maybe that. Some people are like, oh, Norman Osborn. Some people are saying, oh, it's the secret deal with Fox, and it's going to be the new Baxter building. I've actually heard that a bunch.
Could also be. Oh, they've actually shown up in Marvel as well. Roxxon.
Yeah.
Could be them too.
I did watch someone talking about spoiler stuff, and they were like, "Man, you know what I want to see? I want to see a one shot of like Adrian Toome meeting Justin Hammer in prison. That would kind of be pretty awesome, I think."
I'm missing the connection there.
Justin Hammer?
Yeah, I know who he is.
Just those two personalities? Sam
Okay.
Rockwell?
Yeah.
Adrian Toome wouldn't really take a lot of shit from Justin Hammer, but Justin Hammer thinks he's all high and mighty.
Right, yeah.
And he's actually, like the corporate fat cat that Adrian Toome hates, but yet he kind of is, because he's got like this multi-million-dollar house and all. He's talking. I thought it was kind of funny. He was talking about like the little guys and all this and that, and he can barely afford anything. And then you see he's got this like ginormous house.
True.
I don't know. I think they said they might be bringing the one shots back though. Maybe that was a rumor. I don't know. I miss those little one shots though.
Yeah.
Those were always great. Like, world building. But I guess maybe they feel like they don't have to do any more world building because we've already seen all these major characters come together numerous times. But yeah. So we still got a lot of big time movies coming out. Man, what was that? I saw at the Spider-Man, there was a trailer for something that I was like, what the heck is this?
Jumanji 2.
No, that should not
That
be called Jumanji. That might be a good movie, but it's not a Jumanji movie, in my opinion.
they had the Jumanji line. That I think that kind of makes it close enough.
I guess, but Jumanji's supposed to be the board game.
How many board games have been made into video games?
I guess. Yeah. But you always thought it was like the board game was like there was only one of its kind and it was a mystical thing and
Well,
at
there
least
was
that's what I
also
always thought.
Zathura as well. So that was another board game that
I never saw that. Oh, wait, what? Hold on. BBC America to announce 13th Doctor this weekend.
after the Wimbledon, yes.
Oh,
I
man.
I need to catch up on Doctor Who. I haven't
Did you
seen
not
it.
finish it?
I have not seen anything after Ice Warrior.
Oh my God. Oh man. Man, you miss Missy and the Master and
Yeah, I haven't seen any of that, and yeah,
you need
ever since Tracked.tv stopped working with Cody, I've kind of not watched a whole lot of Cody things anymore.
it's still
So
working for me. That's weird.
They don't work anymore together. Officially, they don't work together.
That's odd because I'm still able to pull up my list of stuff and still. I was watching Power the other night.
Yeah, I totally can't anymore.
Oh, okay.
And
There's
when I try,
other ways, right?
not that I found that work.
Oh,
You know, supposedly IMDb works, but it doesn't.
I mean, you could just search the show and just watch it.
Right, but you know, I liked Tracked because it actually did
list.
track between my 3 devices that I watch Cody on.
Oh, true.
Because other than that, they don't, you know.
Yeah, that was another thing I wanted to talk to you about, but you haven't finished it, so dang. I kind of hope we get a woman doctor.
It's kind of what I was feeling.
I kind of want to see that.
I did watch the video on the tweet, and I'm like, woman. Even though there wasn't a single person in that video at all. I just got woman.
Yeah, but just I mean they've been teasing it for the past couple years. Or they've been teasing it, like, Matt Smith. Oh, I'm a girl, when he's reaching for the
Yeah,
hair, and then we finally see the master turning into, or the master is Missy. When she first revealed herself as Missy, the
yeah.
mistress. So it's possible. But yeah, you gotta finish those episodes
I do.
because I want to talk about that because there's some interesting stuff.
I'll
This was
almost,
a
almost likely watch them this weekend. Hey,
this was
thanks
a
for
hell of a good season. Oh, did we get a follow?
thanks for the follow. Yes,
Oh, thank you.
Storm Ice Kid.
But yeah, the Doctor Who was this was a great season. I can't remember the last time we had this many great episodes in one season.
I need to put the post show text up. I haven't even remade the post show text since I've restarted my computer.
Disney unveils Cars/Plane spinoff that will go to space. Never seen a Cars.
Cars 1 was good. Never saw Cars 2. Never really wanted to.
Yeah, we should be getting there
And
should
the
be Marvel
God,
news.
the Emoji Movie looks fucking awful.
I hope it is, because that Sony is banking on that being big for them.
Oh, it probably will be with the kids, just like um, the Minion stuff.
Oh, you've seen the Power Ranger movie, right?
Yeah,
I saw the first half because I just could not finish it.
really, you gonna finish it?
No, like the first 5 minutes, they're making a masturbating a cow joke. You
What?
don't remember that?
Oh
They're
yes,
talking about
I do
milking the
remember that.
cow, and then
Yes,
they're like, "Oh no, that's a male cow." Like, really? You're
yeah,
really going there with Power Rangers?
I do remember that. Yeah,
I couldn't finish it.
I it was not good, but I didn't think it
And
was
I was
awful.
watching it for free on Cody, so I wasn't
Yeah,
even. It's not like
I watched it on there too.
it was. It. I
But then
did
again,
not enjoy it.
I give up on Power Rangers being good a long time ago. I can't even go back and watch old stuff.
I've gone back and watched old. What was it? A couple months ago, I watched that. I finally watched the big, the mega battle, whatever.
I thought it was awful.
Eh,
See, now
for what it was.
I can watch Super Sentai. I can watch that, and I watched that version of the battle, and it was much better. Mainly because when I watch Japanese, I can't really tell whether it's bad acting or not.
That's true. That's a good point, I guess. Yeah.
I just I judge it on the writing of the subtitles.
It's interesting. Man, I'm kind of shocked they're announcing the 13th Doctor this soon though. Because there were rumors that they may not even show a regeneration in the Christmas special.
Well, we usually know about the Doctor, like who the next Doctor is, well in advance.
Yeah, they've been keeping it secret though.
They have been keeping this one secret.
That's the shocking thing. And what is it? There should be some Marvel stuff coming out because their D23 convention thing is going on. The Disney
Oh,
23 thing.
I know. I've seen pictures of the Star Wars theme park from Disney.
Yeah, I've seen on Twitter like was it Stanley's officially now a Disney legend, and I guess he was inducted into their Hall of Fame thing, and then I saw something about we saw a scene from The Incredibles 2 at D3 or D23 Expo. Here's the breakdown. Okay, well,
I did see the big here's a giant ad for Incredibles 2. I did see that.
I think it's too late. Maybe it might be too late. I don't know. I hope it's as good as the first one. I
I think
really
so.
do, but
I hope
I'm a
so.
little worried. It might be too late.
Too late. It's never too late.
I hope so.
You know,
I hope that's true.
you know what was I just saw was announced? Fooly Cooly 2.
I did see that too. Yeah.
Talking about being a little late. It's like, damn.
When's Wreck-It Ralph 2 supposed to come out? That should be out soonish, right? like next year maybe. Yeah,
Wreck-It
next
Ralph
year.
2.
It's about the internet. Yeah.
March of 2018.
Which that might be a better emoji movie than the Emoji Movie.
The emoji. Oh, it looks bad. It looks really bad.
Oh my God, it looks so horrible. Like the trailer and when they get to the poo emojis.
We're number 2. We're. Fuck. No. That's
You're gonna have
awful.
you're gonna see kids chanting that.
That's
Like,
all 4 little
oh my
kids. Oh,
God.
it's so bad.
Oh, it's pretty bad.
Have you watched Cinema Sins of the Despicable movies?
No, I haven't.
Dude hates them. He
Really?
hates the Despicable. He absolutely hates them. And apparently, there's a scene in Despicable Me 2 where one of the minions is like wearing like a bunch of alarm, like siren lights, and going bee doo bee doo bee doo. And his line was, "Thank you for giving kids an annoying noise to annoy the hell out of their parents." A couple of days later, I was at a restaurant and I heard a kid doing that sound. I'm like, holy fuck, he was right. Because it was annoying as hell.
Oh, here's the movie Valerian in the City of a Thousand Planets.
Yeah, that movie.
I saw the trailer for that and I'm like, okay, they're trying to make this seem like it's an epic movie, but I don't know what the fuck this is about. Like,
No,
this trailer is telling me nothing.
It's a comic that I've never heard of.
The popular graphic novel. Yeah, it said at the beginning, and I was thinking, what was I thinking? It was,
yeah, my thought was, well, this looks like it's trying hard to be the next space opera. That's gonna fail completely.
When I was watching it and I saw popular graphic novel, I was thinking at the time, oh my God, could this be? I can't think of what I was thinking at the time.
Why the Last Man? That'd be great. I'd totally watch that.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, it was like they tried to make it like, oh, this is gonna be the next Avatar with three, as far as the 3D goes, and it's like, what is the movie about?
A space popular graphic. Shit, what's it called?
Oh, now
Saga.
I know. Saga. Yeah, I was thinking, is this gonna be Saga? Oh my God, like, and apparently this movie's coming out next week.
Yeah.
And this is the first time I've ever heard of this.
I first heard about it maybe 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, so that's already has a Metascore of 47. So
Higher than I expected.
yeah. But yeah, when I saw it and I was like, oh my God, is this gonna be Saga? No. I was like, who in their right mind is ballsy enough to make a Saga movie?
Well, I mean, when you think Saga is basically Game of Thrones meets Star Wars.
That's a Netflix show. Saga needs to be a Netflix show.
Yeah, I'll agree with that. I mean, Game of Thrones is coming back this week? This weekend?
God, I'm still a season behind.
I'm 2 seasons behind. What the fuck? But yeah, like, Game of Thrones is starting back up. Star Wars is relevant again. I mean, Saga would be great.
It would, but man, I don't know if it'd have to be R-rated, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, so, man, I think I'd want to see it, like I said, like a Netflix TV show of it more, because you'd be able to explore it more and get more, explore more of it.
Yeah.
and you would need a lot more than 2.5 hours.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, you're right. That it could be they could do something with it. But yeah, I seriously was like, is this Saga? That would be how have I not heard about this? And then it's like, Valerian and the City of 1,000 Planets and
Yeah, because
mm,
if geeks like us haven't heard about it, they're going for the niche market there.
oh, definitely. Okay. It's not that many movies coming out in the next couple months that I want to see. August, there's The Dark Tower. I really don't know much about that, but I know I want to see it.
I came very close to getting the audiobook for my vacation. The first Dark Tower book.
Mm, and then, I guess, all the way in September, Kingsman: The Golden Circle. Kind of excited about that. I love the
I
first Kingsman.
Yeah, absolutely. I did too. Although they ruined a big spoiler in the trailer. I think that would have been a great reveal, but it's in the trailer. Damn it.
I hate when trailers do that. Like
Yeah.
the most well known Terminator 2.
Yeah.
Oh wow, Blade Runner comes out this year. Thought that was a year or two away for some reason. Lord knows they've been talking about that sequel for the longest time.
For a long time, yeah.
Oh, another Cloverfield movie in October?
Yes.
Wow. Man, that second one was not what I was expecting.
And this one, I think. Oh, aboard a space station. I thought this one took place like in the past, like during like World War One or something like that.
Yeah, maybe. They're making a sequel to Bad Moms.
No.
I saw that. It was no. It was not that great. They're making a Christmas sequel though.
It's coming
Which
out
am I
in
gonna
beginning
see?
of November.
What am I gonna see? Thor Ragnarok or a Bad Mom's Christmas? Such.
No, you're gonna watch the killing of the sacred deer.
Uh, wow. They're
Justice
making a
League.
sequel to the Mark Wahlberg Will Ferrell movie, Daddy's
I've
Home.
never heard of it. Oh wait, yes, I have.
I've been wanting to see the first
Mark
one.
Wahlberg's
Just
like the stepdad,
stepdad,
and
yeah,
he's way cooler than Will Ferrell.
yeah, something like that.
Yeah, I remember that now.
See, I always forget about Justice League, and whenever I realize Justice League is this year, I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot it's this year. Yeah.
Which one of us is your hero? Like I've got to know.
What?
Someone in the chat said, "Hello, my hero. How are you today?" I've got to know which one of us is your hero.
I think Justice League, the only thing I'm looking forward to, the main thing I'm looking forward to, it's got to be Aquaman, right?
Right, yeah.
Which is so weird to say. You tell me this like 5 years ago that a Justice League movie, Aquaman would be like the coolest thing. I'd punch myself in the face if future me was telling past me that. Like, I would never believe that. I would never believe that. But Aquaman totally looks the coolest out of all of them. And we all shit on Aquaman too when it was first cast.
The guy with the haughty glasses that sounds like Jim Carrey. I do not sound like Jim Carrey. I wish I did. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Although
talking out your ass, Jim Carrey, or
here you go. That's more like, yeah, that's okay. Yeah, that does sound like me. There's a guy in my raid group. I swear is Will Wheaton.
Oh, really?
I even called him Will Wheaton before.
Murder on the Orient Express.
That looks interesting.
With Johnny Depp and Daisy Ridley.
Yeah, that looks interesting.
That could be good.
I saw a trailer before Spider-Man and was like, how are they making another one of these? Pitch Perfect.
I didn't get that trailer. Speaking of Anna Kendrick.
Yeah, speaking of Anna Kendrick. Yeah, they're making another Pitch Perfect movie. And it looks fucking terrible.
Here it is. Last call pitches. Pitch Perfect 3.
Will Wheaton. As in Wesley. Star Trek.
I do gotta say, I enjoy Will Wheaton on when I used to watch The Big Bang Theory. He was great in that show. At the beginning, he was like an evil. He played Will Wheaton, but he was evil. Like,
right? Yes, I do remember the few episodes I've seen of that show. Yeah,
it was a funny. It's a funny show. It really is. I gotta say, but I don't. It kind of gets shit on a lot, and I'm like, well, I mean, they exaggerate a little bit, but a lot of the stuff that those guys do, I would do. You know, if I had the money they did, I would waste my money on this and this and that, and I would,
yeah,
I would wear Flash T-shirts. You know, I do wear. I'm wearing a Marvel T-shirt. I mean, yeah, like, and there are. I went to high school with people who were exactly as socially awkward as those guys are, and as intelligent as they are too. Like, I'm not even kidding. So there are people, you know, they're not.
I knew guys who thought they were that intelligent.
Yeah.
Dude wants us to talk about Nightwing. What about Nightwing? Reading the Injustice comics, he's Deadwing, which I find hilarious.
Oh yeah, and then there's gonna be a Elseworlds Batman story where Batman's like an evil villain. He's like a 1%, you know, like he uses his power or his money and power, and he's like actually the evil villain, and the good guy is actually like this weird Joker. There's gonna be a story like that coming out in the future, I heard. It's an Elseworld, so it's not in continuity, of course.
Right, yeah.
Which, that's interesting. Like, what if Batman decided he wanted to be evil? Oh my god.
Yeah, that's a good regime Batman.
That would be scary.
That's cool. I don't know if it's out yet, but there's Batman's gonna meet Elmer Fudd. Yeah.
Okay then.
Batman meets Elmer Fudd, yeah. And like yeah, it's out. It came out last couple weeks ago. And like Elmer but it's not like the cartoon Elmer Fudd. It's like sure. Try to get like some like some like the Warner Brothers characters are in but Batmanified. Like they're kind of villain henchmen, but still have their animal-esque personas.
Okay.
Trying to find.
You gotta give it to DC. They're not afraid to do crossovers and stuff. They've had Ninja Turtles crossover. They've had Power Rangers crossover in the last like year or so.
Yeah, like right here.
Oh,
Check that
okay.
out.
Yeah, that's what Elmer Fudd would look like in the Batman universe. All right.
Yeah. Oh, and yeah, that was Bugs next to them too. That's Bugs.
Oh,
You can see his
okay.
teeth.
Sure. Yes. I never would have really guessed, but
Well, because I saw this. Give me a second. This right here.
okay, this just seems so weird. It really does.
But then there's also like a full like cartoon like Warner Brothers style uh, comic as well. So there's a serious Batman one and then a jokey comic one. Talk about the Injustice game. We did like when it came out.
I enjoyed it. I thought it was really
We
well
enjoyed
done.
it immensely.
It was fun. The cutscenes were like better than we've gotten from the DC movie universe, I think.
I still need to do some character stories though. Like in the one I've done Harley Quinn's, like where you actually see her like going to like talk to her daughter kind of a thing.
Ah, yeah. You gonna play the Marvel heroes tonight?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, I'm gonna play a little bit of it before I probably end up playing PUBG with Def.
I still need to download it. I turned on my Xbox when I got home, so I could download it, and then again forgot.
Yeah, that's in and out.
Mute.
Ace said what 9 Eastern.
Yeah, I think that's what I
So
said.
whether or not it's actually 9 Eastern,
It's always about 10 usually.
it's like Ace just put CT, and you're good. You'll cover your grounds, and then if you're early, you can be like, I meant Eastern, not CT.
Right, yeah. Oh crap, I remember I'm not connected to my TV.